I'd now like to call on Mark Nusbaum, our alumnus and a member of the board of the UB Alumni Association, to speak to our graduates on behalf of the school's alumni. Mark, will you join us?
Thank you, Dean Shibley. As a fellow graduate of the School of Architecture and Planning, and as a member of the board of the UB Alumni Association, I'm honored and privileged to welcome you as our newest alumni. And now that you're alumni, here's the first thing that you need to know. Just over an hour ago, you were a small part of a close-knit family of sleep-deprived architecture, planning, and environmental design students. But now that you've received your diplomas, you're part of a much larger family, a family that includes over 4,500 graduates from the School of Architecture and Planning, as well as over 220,000 UB alumni worldwide. Now, if everyone who ever graduated from this School of Architecture and Planning was asked to give advice to this year's graduating class, you'd probably get 4,500 pieces of advice. With humility, I would like to share with you just two. After I left UB, I graduated in 1985, and I received my license to practice architecture in 1989. The big break in my career came 5 years later in 1994, when I became project architect for the restoration of Grand Central Terminal in New York City. There I was, just 33 years old, and I was living the dream of being an architect. But it wasn't until 1998 when I started living a very different type of dream. It was then that I met Helene Bleiberg, a fellow UB alum who reached out to me and asked me if I'd be interested in giving a tour of Grand Central to the UB Alumni Association. Being kind of shy, and I was not the most outgoing guy, I reluctantly agreed. But looking back, it was one of the best decisions I ever made. Not only did it give me the opportunity to meet new people, but it felt great to be giving back to the university that had been given me so much. And here's what I learned from that experience. Because I had simply donated my time and shared my knowledge, I started to get back more than I was giving. I was no longer just an architect. I was a contributor. And because I was contributing, opportunities to expand my network and grow professionally began to present themselves. And this all happened because I took a chance and simply gave a tour of a building I happened to be working on. At some point in your career, an opportunity will present itself for you to contribute. And when that happens, jump at that opportunity, because someone will notice that when called upon, you stepped up. And for some reason that opportunity does not present itself, find a way to donate your time and knowledge. By doing that, you will create your own opportunity. Now, here's the second piece of advice I'd like to give you, and it is a lesson that I remind myself of every day. Remember that your career in architecture or planning, or whichever field you choose, is not an island unto itself. By this I mean that a career, no matter how much talent, no matter how much ambition, no matter how much drive behind it, can only grow and be sustained by associating with a larger network of professionals. And the deeper that network is, the more powerful you become. But here's the thing. Networking is more than just handing out business cards. Networking is about building relationships. When Helene Bleiberg reached out to me in 1998, she wasn't just asking me to give a tour of Grand Central. She was building a relationship with a fellow UB alum. And by doing that, she was also strengthening her own network, as well as the network that we call the UB Alumni Association. The benefit I receive from the experience of just one alum reaching out to another is something I carry with me every day. Whether I'm standing in the middle of a subway platform below Times Square or on a street corner in the Middle East, I'm always looking to make that UB connection. The potential of that one connection affects more than just 2 lives. It has the power to impact an entire university. I encourage you to stay connected to the School of Architecture and Planning, as well as to this magnificent community we call our university. The resources provided through the Alumni Association are there to assist and empower you and provide you with the network of professionals you'll need as you make your way through the world. And finally, let the School of Architecture and Planning know where you are and how you're doing. They really want to know. Let Dean Shibley know, let your professors know, and let me, a fellow alumnus, know. That connection could change us both. Congratulations and best of luck to you. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much, Mark. Those are great words of encouragement to our newest graduates.